If you're pregnant right now, scrolling at just 2 a.m. after just another appointment that left you feeling anxious, or maybe your child is already here, he's struggling with colic, reflux, sleep issues, or sensory challenges, this video is going to change everything you thought you knew about where these problems actually started. So here's what most parents never hear. The modern American pregnancy experience, with its just constant monitoring, testing, fear-based messaging, creates this chronic stress that just doesn't affect just you. It directly programs your body's developing nervous system. This isn't about guilt. This is about understanding what happened so you can essentially understand what your child actually needs. So this video is for moms who felt just stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed during pregnancy, and now wonder if it has affected their baby. It's for parents whose children struggle with colic, reflux, sleep, sensory issues, or developmental delays, and who sense that something deeper is going on that just nobody else is addressing. In this video, you'll discover why the modern pregnancy experience creates this just chronic nervous system stress, how your stress signals cross the placenta and shape your brain, your baby's brain development, what research shows about babies born to stressed mothers, and why these challenges don't get better with time, they just get different labels. So the path forward, neurologically focused chiropractic care. Those are what we're going to learn today. So here's something that puts this in perspective. Your great-grandmother probably had 4 or maybe 5 prenatal appointments during her entire pregnancy. No routine ultrasounds, no genetic testing, no glucose challenges. Today, you probably get 12 to 15 routine appointments, multiple ultrasounds, various blood draws, glucose tolerance tests, non-stress tests, if you're labeled high risk, even more if you're labeled high risk, constant monitoring that sends a clear message, something could be wrong at any moment. And in a 2017 study published in Development and Psychopathology, tracked mothers and children from pregnancy through age 6. The findings: babies born to mothers with high prenatal stress showed nervous systems that were 22% more reactive at 6 months old. These babies also showed 8% lower self-regulation capacity and greater risk for anxiety, depression, behavioral problems as they grew. 22% more reactive before they even left the womb. That's not a great start to life. When you experience stress during pregnancy, it's not just emotional, it's biological. Your HPA axis responds to stress by releasing cortisol. Short bursts of cortisol are normal, but chronic elevation from constant appointments, test results, and we need to watch this messaging is the problem. Your placenta has a protective enzyme that converts active cortisol into inactive cortisone before it reaches your baby. But chronic stress overwhelms this protection. Active cortisol crosses the placenta and reaches your baby's developing brain. Your baby's baseline normal is being programmed based on your nervous system state. Your nervous system is important. Think of that umbilical cord as an electrical power cord, not just a feeding tube. It carries signals from your nervous system directly to your baby's developing nervous system. So when your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight mode, that's sympathetic, then those signals transmitted to your baby as well. Your baby's brain structures form in stress-adapted patterns. The amygdala, which is our fear center, develops larger and more reactive. The vagus nerve forms with low tone, affects regulation of the heart, the lungs, digestion, and even emotions. So guys, this isn't about genetics. This is the nervous system programming during the most critical developmental window. Prenatal stress affects specific brain structures that control everything from emotional regulation to learning. So babies that startle easy, they're struggling to calm down because the amygdala is overreactive. Learning and emotional regulation suffer because the hippocampus shows reduced volume. Controlling emotional responses becomes harder due to altered prefrontal cortex connectivity. So the vagus nerve, which is responsible for calming the entire body, that's the parasympathetic nervous system, it develops with low tone. Neurotransmitter systems for serotonin and dopamine establish stress reactive patterns. So your baby just enters this world with a nervous system already stuck in sympathetic dominance. It's stuck in fight or flight mode. So here's what nobody tells you though. So these signs just don't improve with time. They evolve. They just roll into this perfect storm. The same nervous system dysregulation that causes colic at 2 months becomes constipation at 6 months. Sensory sensitivity show up at 18 months. ADHD signs appear around age 5. Anxiety emerges by age 10, and it just continues. This neurology doesn't change. The medical system just gives it a different names as your child grows. They don't grow out of it, guys. They grow into it. Unless the nervous system is addressed, that's the key. So the path forward, that's addressing the foundation. Your child's nervous system is stuck in fight or flight mode from prenatal programming. Their body physically just cannot digest properly, sleep deeply, regulate emotions, fight infections effectively, or just calm down after being upset. You can do dietary changes, supplements, just all these different behavioral therapies, sleep training, and occupational therapy. All these are amazing. I recommend them all the time. But if the foundational nervous system dysfunction is not addressed, the foundation of your house, then you're building on a cracked foundation. So neurologically focused chiropractic care addresses subluxations created by prenatal stress. Insight scans show us exactly where the sympathetic dominance exists and how suppressed the parasympathetic system is. The adjustments are incredibly gentle. No more than just the pressure of like this tomato that you would check for the ripeness of a tomato. Once we remove the interference and restore neurological function, the body's healing capacity emerges. So whether you're still pregnant and want to support your baby's nervous system, which is awesome, or your child is already showing maybe some signs of dysregulation that we talked about, the path forward is the same. You got to address the nervous system at its foundation. The perfect storm started before birth. But understanding what really happened is the first step toward giving your child what their nervous system actually needs. So click the link in our bio, DM us, or schedule directly with Petersburg Family Chiropractic here in Petersburg. My team and I would love to help you understand what's really going on and what you can do about it. Your child doesn't need more labels. They just need answers.